Supplement 365 lesson. Supplement feeding has become quite the topic in the whitetail world, but which one is the best for your deer herd? I'm Matt Drury and this is DoD TV. This segment of DoD TV is brought to you by AniLogics Outdoors. Know the product, use the product, get results. You've heard us talk quite a bit about this tasty little treat that we like to call Supplement 365 by AniLogics. So let's join the mad scientist, Mark Drury himself, and find out just what's the deal with this super supplement.
I'm lucky enough to be sitting here today with John Malberg and Brian Dorsey from AniLogics. And these guys are the ones, the brain trust really, behind Supplement 365, which is a feed product that Terry and I started feeding this past winter. These gentlemen educated us about this past January at the ATA show. And the moment we heard about it, we were sold. And one of the reasons we were sold is the fact that, you know, through the years, we've always taught and tried to focus on how to harvest mature whitetail deer. Well, Mother Nature came in and showed us who's really the boss. That she came in and harvested about 80% of our overall buck herd. And we were like, uh-oh, we have to have a healthier herd. And that's where Supplement 365 comes in. So instead of, you know, thinking about how to kill that animal, now we're thinking about how to keep him healthy, how to keep him alive, because EHD was a real threat the last couple of years, and that threat's ever present as we go forward. So we've got to do something. We've got to be gamekeepers and keep this herd healthy. So if you guys would enlighten me again on the benefits of Supplement 365 and the entire AniLogic line.
Let's start with AniLogics. AniLogics is an animal nutrition company, specifically whitetail deer. But the parent company, Prairie Holdings, and the Veterinary Medical Center and the other groups of businesses combined have over 70 years of animal health knowledge and experience. So that's really the core behind AniLogics. And we've got nutritionists on staff, we've got 14 veterinarians on staff. I'm a microbiologist. We have just a vast knowledge of the animal health industry, from vaccine production to nutrition to beef cattle production.
You know, and that's one of the things you referenced earlier is being gamekeepers and having a different spin. You know, with our training as being an animal health company and veterinarians, you know, that's our key, is how to keep our herds healthier, whether it's a beef herd or a cow herd, or now we're focused on a whitetail deer, because there's a fair number of guys within our company that are passionate whitetail hunters, and we were really sitting around feeling sorry for ourselves after the fall of 2012 and that EHD came through. And so we sat around, we said, hey, what can we do about this? You know, and so we started looking at technologies that are available in the veterinary industry that we use across species, that in the face of viral challenges or bacterial challenges or those kinds of things, that we see some benefits on those animals that are consuming those products. And we kind of rolled those together, and that's why we came up with Supplement 365 and the AniShield. So there's kind of two different pieces to the Supplement 365. We've got the Supplement 365, which is a protein energy balanced feed that we use as a delivery system for the AniShield, which is a roll together of multiple technologies that we see upregulate animals' immune systems in the livestock industry. And we've seen some measurable benefits in the whitetail as we've gone out and tested those.
And to me, you know, when you guys came in, they came in and did a presentation for us for 7 hours, and they can't talk exactly about how they're doing because some of this stuff is, you know, it's an intellectual property, I guess you would say, or not an intellectual property, but it's science that you're not ready to talk about, you know, but how they did it just blew me away. And then when they started talking about how deer systems work and why they put what in the feed, that all interested me, and I thought, well, it's not going to do any good if they don't eat it, you know. But then we started feeding it, and the palatability is off the charts. Like it's higher, I would say, than any attractant I've ever put out. Like they come to it like none other. So I don't know how you got it so palatable or so attractive to deer, but you did. Job well done there.
Yeah, we did a broad field test. We started with multiple things that that we know deer have very high attraction to. And so we've rolled a fair number of those together, but we've also needed a product that's going to be regionally available. So it works in Missouri as well as South Dakota and Mississippi. And so we've started using that scientific method that we use in the veterinary community to pare down to a superior product that fits with the way that deer eat. You know, they eat multiple small meals through the day. They're not like a cow that comes to the bunk and consumes their whole meal for the day. So we needed to get our technology, our AniShield into them at a rate that fits with the way they eat. So that's where the Supplement 365 came to be.
See there, you can learn something new every day. Don't forget to subscribe here or click here for more DoD TV. Thanks for watching.